Underground, there is a network of tunnels. Deep within them, a chamber, larger than the others, lined with bundled grasses, leaves, and straw, not shredded, but carefully woven together. This is a maternal nest, built high enough to avoid the flooding that plagues these wetlands every spring. Inside, you and your 4 newborn brothers and sisters huddle together. Your skin is pink and naked. Your eyes are sealed shut, but your tiny hands are already well developed, complete with miniature claws. And there, pressed flat against your tiny face, covered by a thin membrane, is something extraordinary. 22 fleshy buds that will soon change everything. Nothing about you is normal. You grow fast. Your weight increases 20-fold in less than a month. Fine fur begins to cover your skin. You develop characteristic mole-type movements even before leaving the nest. At about 1 month old, you're weaned. You emerge from the natal nest and gradually explore the surrounding tunnels, trying not to venture far from your mother's territory. But dispersal is the most critical event in a young mole's life, and the most dangerous. You push into the tunnel. Your oversized front feet now scoop the earth aside with powerful twisting motions. First the right, then the left, rotating your body with each stroke. The tunnel is barely wider than your body, and you move through it like a living drill. Pressed against your face, something extraordinary is happening. Those 22 fleshy tentacles that were pressed back along your snout at birth and covered by a thin membrane have now separated and flexed forward, waving constantly as you move, touching the walls, the ceiling, the floor. Each tentacle works on its own, bending forward and back by as much as 90 degrees. At times, all 22 point straight ahead. At other times, they spread wide like flower petals opening. They're covered with something extraordinary. About 30,000 microscopic touch sensors studding the entire surface of your nose. Though your star is barely 1 centimeter across, it contains more than 5 times the number of nerve fibers found in an entire human hand. They don't grasp or move anything. They're simply ultra-sensitive fingers for seeing the world through touch. 20 meters of tunnel, 30, 40. Your star touches the soil 13 times every second, each touch sending information to your brain faster than conscious thought. And then, contact. Something moves in the soil ahead. Your tentacles brush against it, scanning its surface in a fraction of a second. The information processes: size, shape, texture, movement. Earthworm. You lunge forward, grab it with your tiny incisor teeth, and swallow. From the moment your star detected the worm to the moment it disappeared down your throat, less than a quarter of a second. Spring in the wetlands brings danger. The rains have started. At first, it's just moisture seeping through the tunnel walls, making the soil even softer than usual. But within an hour, water is flowing through your tunnels like a river. You hold your breath and push toward the surface, your oversized feet paddling through the rising water. 30 seconds, 40 seconds. You break through into open air and gulp. You have nearly twice the lung capacity of other moles, and you're not just a digger, you're a water hunter too. You dive straight back down, because what other moles see as a catastrophe, you see as an opportunity. Your huge hind feet make excellent paddles. Your dense fur traps a layer of air against your skin, insulating you from the cold. Your long tail acts as a rudder, helping you zigzag through the murky water with surprising grace. You bend your nose upward in a snorkeling position as you swim, descending to the stream bed where the current has exposed the mud and silt. And here, you do something that almost no other mammal on Earth can do. You blow a tiny bubble from your nose. It hangs in the water in front of you, shimmering. Scent molecules from a nearby leech dissolve into the bubble's surface. You wait a fraction of a second, then sniff the bubble back in through your nostrils. You've just smelled underwater, something that shouldn't be possible, but is. Your star waves through the silt like an alien hand, touching, sensing, processing. 13 times per second, processing each contact faster than thought. There, a caddisfly larva hiding under a leaf. Your tentacles identify it in less than 1/10 of a second. Your mouth grabs it and it's gone. There, a leech attempting to burrow deeper into the mud. You grab it. There, a cluster of midge larvae clinging to a leaf. You take them all. In 2 seconds, you've detected, identified, and swallowed 10 separate prey items, some of them smaller than a grain of rice. The underwater world is rich in ways the soil never was. While other moles scrape by on whatever earthworms happen to tunnel into their paths, you're actively hunting in two completely different environments, switching between them depending on the season and the weather. Your typical dive lasts about 10 seconds before you surface to breathe, though you can remain submerged for up to 47 seconds if you need to. You work the stream bed methodically, your star reading the world through touch in the absolute darkness, then surface, gulp air, and dive again. Summer arrives and the floods recede. You return to your tunnel system, now 270 meters of interconnected passages, some shallow, some deep, all carved by your own tireless digging. You patrol them constantly, sleeping for 3 or 4 hours in a rest chamber, then waking to hunt, then sleeping again. Every few hours you stop at a small puddle in one of your tunnels to wash your star, carefully cleaning the sensory receptors that have become your eyes, your hands, your entire way of understanding the world. The life is exhausting, relentless, and solitary. Until autumn. You're patrolling a tunnel when you detect a scent, another mole, an intruder. Usually, you would chase them off aggressively. These tunnels are yours, and there isn't enough food to share. But this scent is different. This is a male, and instead of attacking, you let him stay. Over the following weeks, you hunt together, share rest chambers, and gradually prepare for what's coming. Your tail begins to swell. Fat deposits beneath the skin, doubling its width, then tripling it. By midwinter, your tail is grotesquely enlarged, a living energy storage system that will fuel you through the breeding season ahead. By March, you've mated. You dig a maternal nest, larger, higher, lined with bundled grasses. 45 days later, 5 pink pups are born. Then the male leaves. You'll raise them alone. But they face the same brutal challenge you once did. Most won't survive their first winter. Dispersal is dangerous. Young moles traveling above ground are easy targets for hawks and foxes, and the dense clayey soil around these wetlands is far harder to dig than the soft earth in your territory. But those that make it will carve out new tunnel systems, find their own mates, and continue this bizarre, improbable existence. Winter returns. The wetland freezes solid, a sheet of ice covering the stream where you hunted just months ago. But beneath that ice, in the freezing water, you're still there. Your star waves through the darkness, touching, feeling, processing sensation faster than conscious thought. You surface at a gap in the ice, breathe, and dive again. A hawk circles overhead but can't see you. A fox sniffs near one of your tunnel entrances, but you're already deep underwater. Even if they caught you, they probably wouldn't eat you. Those musk glands on your flanks make you taste terrible. Hawks, foxes, even large fish hunt star-nosed moles, but you're hard to catch and even harder to swallow. You are built for a world that tries to kill you every single day. Too wet for most moles, too cold for most swimmers, too fast for anything to escape once your star makes contact. Your tentacles wave through the silt, reading the shape of pebbles, the texture of decomposing leaves, the vibration of a hiding larva. In a tenth of a second, it will be gone. And you'll move on to the next target and the next in an endless cycle of hunt, eat, sleep, hunt. You are the star-nosed mole, and nothing about you is normal.